Good morning. I'm at my doctor's office. I have an appointment today. So as I sit and wait in the car, let me read you a gospel passage. Luke chapter 8, verses 26 to 39. Listen carefully. Jesus and his disciples arrive at the country of the Gerasenes, which is opposite Galilee. As he stepped on land, a man of the city who had demons met him. For a long time he had worn no clothes, and he did not live in a house but in tombs. When he saw Jesus, he fell down before him and shouted at the top of his voice, "What have you to do with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? I beg you, do not torment me." For Jesus had commanded the unclean spirit to come out of the man. For many times it had seized him. He was kept under guard and bound with chains and shackles. But he would break the bonds and be driven by the demon into the wilds. Jesus then asked him, "What is your name?" He said, "Legion," for many demons had entered him. They begged him not to order them to go back into the abyss. Now there on the hillside was a large herd of swine was feeding, and the demons begged Jesus to let them enter these, so he gave them permission. Then the demons came out of the man, entered the swine, and the herd rushed down the steep bank off into the lake and was drowned. When the swineherds saw what had happened, they ran off and told it in the city and in the country. Then the people came out to see what had happened. And when they came to Jesus, they found the man from whom the demons had gone sitting at the feet of Jesus, clothed and in his right mind. And they were afraid. Those who had seen it told them how the one who had been possessed by demons had been healed. Then all the people of the surrounding country of the Gerasenes asked Jesus to leave them, for they were seized with fear. So he got into a boat and returned. The man from whom the demons had gone begged that he might be with him, but Jesus sent him away, saying, "Return to your home and declare how much God has done for you." So he went away, proclaiming throughout the city how much Jesus had done for him. And this is the gospel. Hey, if you didn't pay attention, you'd miss it, the last line. Jesus said, "No, don't join me, don't come with me, but go back to the city and tell them what God did for you." So the man did, went back to the city and told what Jesus had done for him. It's the same thing. Jesus is God. And the people who had experienced him knew that. And it is very strange that in the gospel we often find that who are the ones who recognize Jesus? Not the people whom he has fed or whom he has healed sometimes, but mostly the demons. That's so. I read somewhere that somehow the demons were usually fallen angels, so they would have been with Jesus in heaven, so they would have known him when they fell out of grace and became demons. They were the ones who recognized Jesus. Oftentimes here again, the demons that possessed this man, he was called legions because he had so many demons in him. And they recognized Jesus the minute they saw him and said, What have you to do with me, Jesus, Son of the High God? They recognized him. Imagine the demons. And they knew his power. Said, "Do not torment us. Do not send us back to the abyss. But here, there's a group of pigs. Let us go into there." So Jesus said, "Okay." And they entered the pigs, the herd of pigs, and the pigs ran down the steep bank of the lake and were drowned. Supposedly that was the end of the demons. it is, we've heard the story from the time we were very little girls, little children, and it doesn't really impress us until as a grown-up recently, that it's really impressive that the demons were among the first people, or sometimes the only people in any area to recognize Jesus. And here at the last line, Jesus said, go back to the village, tell them what God has done for you. And the man who had been exorcised did exactly what Jesus said, hear, O people, what God has done for me, what Jesus has done for me, meaning Jesus is God, what he has done for us. Today, let us recognize that too, and have that power in our lives to serve him on this earth.